Hey, welcome to another episode of Chad's Beer Reviews, doing an old school throwback beer. They still make it. This is Lagunitas IPA, India Pale Ale, 6.2 ABV, and this is out of their, I don't know if it's out of the California or the Chicago plant, whatever. So yeah, big 19.2 ounce stovepipe can. Let's get into the IPA glass, and wow, it's nice to see an IPA that's actually clear. I'd probably call that amber. Golden amber. I mean, it's got a slight haze to it. Otherwise, you know, pretty big, soapy, foamy head. Let's give it a whiff. Yeah, classic West Coast IPA, just like all citrus. You know, ruby red grapefruit. In fact, that's pretty much all it is ruby red grapefruit. I definitely get some pine needles in there. It's not that thick, sticky, you know, sappy kind of pine. Yeah, to me, it's just all citrus. I mean, there's like certainly an essence of tropical in here, maybe like a little bit of pineapple or guava or something like that, but it's just not quite the same as a lot of like the juicy, hazy IPAs. It just reminds me of just those classic West Coast IPAs from, you know, the Bush and Obama years. So, I haven't had this in a long time, so let's give it a try. Cheers. Not quite as bitter as I remember. Maybe they dialed back the IBUs because of the hazy IPA trend. Seems like people don't want their IPAs quite as bitter as they used to. I like them. I used to love, like, you know, Arrogant Bastard, Heady Topper, a lot of those Imperial IPAs. They were like 100 plus IBUs. But then again, this is not an Imperial IPA. It is only 6.2, which is like a session beer by a lot of today's standards. Yeah, so if this is 6.2, it's probably 62 IBUs max. It might be as low as 40. It just doesn't strike me as being super bitter. I think it's more about the hop flavor, just classic West Coast ruby red grapefruit for sure. I would not say lemon. There is kind of like on the finish, I get like a little bit of a resin or pine needles, but it's quite subtle. Yeah, really nice drinkability on this one. Probably put it about medium mouthfeel and moderate carbonation. It's not like super effervescent. It's quite smooth. Obviously the hops linger a little, but it's not, you know, they're not like super astringent and drying or anything like that. But again, only 6.2, not super intense hoppy, like even like say like compared to like a Dogfish 90 minute. Yeah, so pretty tasty combination of grapefruit, a little bit of pine, and just kind of like the essence or a background note of some kind of tropical in there, but is not anything like traditional or today's hazy, juicy IPAs. Very, very different. You ever heard the saying like, "This is not your father's whatever"? This is your father's IPA. This reminds me of like the good old days. I don't think Lagunitas ever did like a year-round double IPA. They always did a lot of experimental ones and things like that. I always liked Lagunitas Sucks. That was a good one. I don't think they make that anymore. I don't really keep up with what they do. By the way, I guess it's at the gas station down the road. It's like $3 or $4. Not bad. It's a little old though. This was canned on looks like November 8th of last year, so it's coming up on 5 months old. I don't get oxidation on it, which is nice. It's just maybe like that would explain, like, you know, maybe the hops have faded a little, but otherwise, you know, pretty solid beer. And as far as score, I think 3.5 out of 5, maybe 3.75. Fine, you know, tasty, classic, traditional American IPA, West Coast IPA in particular. I mean, if I was scoring this as spec, it might score a little bit higher. If it was really fresh, it would definitely score higher. But yeah, this was a nice, fun treat. All right, so if you watched all the way in, you're awesome. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys for Tuesday Night Beer School. Cheers.
Somebody brewed it. Chad just reviewed it.
Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Reviews.
Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.